Hey guys, Arthur Jr. 86 here for another little video log diary, whatever you want to call it. But I want to talk about the Terminator Reboot. Apparently there's going to be a Terminator Reboot, and Arnold Schwarzenegger is confirmed to come back. The reboot is expected to hit theaters 2015, so we got a couple of years to wait, but it's going to be a reboot. It's not a sequel to Salvation or Terminator 3 or Terminator 2, which I find really surprising. It's a reboot, but it's a reboot, but also sort of a sequel to the original Terminator film, the very first Terminator. The one with Michael Biehn and Arnold Schwarzenegger as the villain. Obviously, Schwarzenegger became more of a hero in the other films, but this is supposed to be a reboot of the first film, and I find it surprising because the second film was just fucking phenomenal. It broke all the rules of what you can expect from sequels. Usually with film sequels, the second movie never lives up to the hype, never lives up to the expectations, but Terminator 2 just went far and above and beyond what people expected. It was so great. Visually, it was stunning. It was so far ahead of anything going on in Hollywood for action films. Terminator 2, it just had such a great story, such an amazing cast. The action in that film was just fucking phenomenal, and I think it's one of those older films where the action is so good and it's so visually, exciting that it still holds. It's better than what you'll see in a lot of movies today. It's better than any CGI crap you see in a lot of action films today. And anyways, I digress. The reboot is happening, and I'm just surprised they wouldn't connect it with Terminator 2, because Terminator 2 is such a great movie. It is by far the best film of the entire franchise. Now, the franchise needs a reboot. I'm just shocked that they wouldn't connect this reboot to at least the first two films. I find it surprising that they would just completely cut out the second film, but who knows? I'm not saying it's going to be bad. I'm not saying that. I hope it's good. I want it to be good. The Terminator franchise is such a great franchise. I just hope that they don't fuck it up like the last one. And they just need to get Batman out of the Terminator franchise. I think that's what really killed it, was with Salvation. Sam Worthington I thought was fine. It's just the whole Batman, when they put Batman into there, no. I think that's what really killed it. Anyways, it's gonna happen 2015. I think it'll be interesting to see what direction they're gonna take the franchise. And actually, you know what? There are rumors that Dwayne Johnson's supposedly gonna be joining the cast for this film. Supposedly, Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, is going to be coming in. I know a lot of people lately, especially because of his films out this summer, is that he's now the go-to guy in Hollywood. When you want to reboot something, or you want, a struggling franchise or a struggling movie to do well, you call him in and he just turns things around. It'd be interesting to see The Rock get in there. Honestly, I think he'd make for a great villain. Have Arnold and The Rock face off against each other. That would be insane. But then again, I don't know how I feel about Schwarzenegger being in a reboot. I mean, let's face it, Schwarzenegger, he's old. I mean, he's really fucking old. I mean, if you've seen him in the last film he did, what was it called? The Stand? Which, by the way, was kind of a fun movie, a terrible movie, but it was terribly fun. If you look at that movie, he's just old. I mean, he doesn't have the build anymore. I mean, yeah, he still has muscles, but he just doesn't have that physique anymore. and I'm just wondering how they're gonna use him in the next Terminator franchise, because he's old. He's just old. I mean, you put him up against The Rock. The Rock is just he's on roids. He's got to be on roids. You put The Rock up against Schwarzenegger. I mean, it's no contest. You just look at the two. You see this. Schwarzenegger looks like a decrepit old man. You're gonna have The Rock up against Schwarzenegger, this decrepit old man. I mean, let's face it. Schwarzenegger, as big of an action star as he is, and as iconic as he is a decrepit old man today. He really is. You know. And I kind of wonder how that's going to work out with The Rock up against Schwarzenegger, or just having Schwarzenegger in the film at all. You know, he's supposed to be this big buff guy, and he's still big, but he's not really buff anymore, and he's just so wrinkly and old. But I'm sure Hollywood will work their magic, maybe CGI his face or something, put a load of makeup on him. But I want this franchise to do well. I hope it does well, and I can't wait. So this is Arthur Jr. 86 signing off.